Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take very easy variant Sudoku puzzles and we break them down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Fräulein Fog by Megan33. And Megan33 is a big, I, I'm a big fan of Mega 33's, especially his fog puzzles, because he has a lot of really cool fog interactions. So this should be a treat. Anyways, here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill every row, column, we can get a column here, and box with the digits 1 through 9 without repeats. The grid is partially covered with fog. Correctly placed digits will clear the fog around that cell. So if you correctly place this digit, say, you would clear the fog in this cell and in the 8 surrounding cells around it. So you would clear around all the fog around here if you place this digit correctly. And no guessing is required, which means we should be able to logic out the entire puzzle just from logic and not from random guessing. Okay, so digits along a magenta red band form a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So these two essentially form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. Same with these 3 digits and same with these 2. So as an example, you could have something along the lines of like, say, 5, 7, and 6, because those are all consecutive with everything, each other, and there's no repeats here. And that's how Remband lines work. Also, adjacent digits along a green German whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. So for example, if this was a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9, because you see this green German whisper line here. And the only digits which are 5 or more away from 3 are 8 and 9, which is why if this was a 3, you would know this has to be an 8 or a 9. Adjacent cells connected with an X must sum to 10. And so that's just the X rule. So for example, if this were a 2, this would have to be an 8 to add up to 10. Also, we have black dots between cells indicate cell values with a 2-to-1 ratio. A white dot between cells indicates cells with consecutive values, and not all dots are given. And these are called Kropke dots. So for example, if this was a 2, this would have to be a 1 or 4 to maintain the 1-to-2 ratio between them. Say we had a white dot. Say this X essentially marks the spot of a white dot. Well, if this were, say, like a 6, this would have to be a 5 or a 7 to make sure that these two cells are consecutive. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. So let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay, so on a German whisper line, you can never have a 5. So none of these cells in this central box can be a 5. So one of these two cells here has to be a 5. Well, 5 can only be you can only have a 3-length Remband of 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7. But one of them is on a German whisper line. And not only is it next on a German whisper line, it's next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. And 4 can only be next to 1 unique digit, which is a 9. And 6 can also only be next to 1 unique digit on a German whisper line, which is a 1. Oh, and the reason why you can't have 5 on a German whisper line is if you take 5 and you subtract 5 or more from it, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. And if you add 5 to 5, you get 10 or more, which is not a digit. So that's why 5, cannot be on a German whisper line. But this can't be 4 or 6 either, because it has to be next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. Therefore, this must be a 3 or 7 because it's again, it's either 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7. Well, it can't be 4, 5, 6 because 4 and 6 cannot be in the central spot. So only one of the outside ones can be 4 or 6. Also, this is 3 and 7, which is next to another 3 or 7 here, right? Because it has to add up to 10 between these two digits. So this is 3 or 7. And what we're going to do also is mark these as a certain color. And you can just be random. So I'm going to make this pink and this orange. Well, the thing is, these two have to be opposite sets if you're looking at lows and highs. And the lows, I mean 1 through 4, and the highs, I mean 6 through 9. Because you need a low and a high for two unique digits to ever add up to 10, right? It's either 1, 9, 2, 8, or 3, 7, 4, 6. Those are the possibilities. So because of that, you know these are opposite sets. And in addition, on a German whisper line, you always have opposite sets, right? A low digit has to always be next to a high digit, which must be next to a low digit. Because if you take the digits 1 through 4, you take the lowest of them, 1, and you add 5 or more to it, that means the digit next to it must be 6 or greater. So if you have a 1 through 4, you always have a 6 through 9 next to it. If you have a 6 through 9, take the highest digit, which is 9, and subtract 5 or more from it. That would make it 4 or less. So next to 6 through 9, you'll always have a 1 through 4 next to it. So this has to be the same different set from this, which means it's the same set as this one because these two are different also. We just don't know which version it is, right? So this one has to be opposite of these two sets. So this is orange and this is orange. This is consecutive with this one as a ren band. So this must be an orange also, right? Because otherwise, it just doesn't add up, right? Because say this was a 3, it can only be next to 2 or 4, which are both lows, right? And that's the same set as the 3. So similarly, whatever this is has to be the same set as this because it can't be a 5. The only possibility you could have to change from to a different set would be if it changes to a 5. But 5 has to be one of these two cells because it can't be on a German whisper line. So this must be also a pink. Well, we have 4 oranges in this central box. So the last digit must be a pink with the 5. And we already knew that too, right? Because it had to be 3 with the 4 pink, the 4 or 6 pink with the 5. Well, the 3 or 7, what can the 3 or 7 be next to? If it's a 3, it's next to an 8 or 9. If it's a 7, it's next to a 1 or 2, right? This also has to be a 1 or 2. Same with this 3 and 7. It has to be with specifically 1, 2, 8, and 9. Well, what digit must this be then for the orange? It has to be a 4 or 6 because if this is a 3, this would be 8 and 9, 8 and 9. This would be 7. What digit would that remain? It would have to be a 6. If this digit is a 7, that means it would be next to 1 and 2 because those are the only digits it could be next to on a German whisper line. Then we would have a 3 here to add up to 10. What digit would this have to be? It would have to be 4. So this is 4 or 6. This is the orange 4 or 6, which must be next to the pink 1 or 9, right? Because as I said, 4 and 6 can only be next to one unique digit. For the 4, it's 9. For the 6, it's 1. So this has to be a 1 or 9, which must add up with the other 1 or 9 to add up to 10. So this must be 1 or 9. This can't be 1 or 9. This has to be the orange 2, 8. This can't be the pink 1, 9 because of that 1, 9. So this must be the pink 2, 8. Okay. If this is 6, what can be in a 1 to 2 ratio with it? Only 3. But if this is 6, this is a 7, which forces this to be 3. So therefore, this cannot be 3 and 6 then, because that would lead to two threes in the same column, which is not allowed by normal Sudoku rules. So this cannot be 6. This must be then a 4. So all the oranges are lows, and all the pinks are highs. So this must be then, this has to be a 4. This must be a 3. This is a 2. This is a 1. Therefore, this is 7. This is 8. This is 9. And this has to be a 5, 6 pair, but we're not sure which ones. This cannot be 8 because of this 8, so it must be a 2, which means this is a low also. What else do we have? This is in a 1 to 2 ratio. It cannot be 1, 2. It cannot be 2, 4, but it could be 3, 6, or 4, 8. If this is 3, this would have to be 4 because it can't be 2. And this would then be 6 because these two add up to 10. If this is 4, this could not be 5 because 5 can never be next to an x because you would have to have a 5 plus a 5 to add up to 10, which would break normal Sudoku rules. So this would be 3 and this would be 7, but that's not allowed. So this cannot be 4 here because that would be force this to be 3, which would make that a 7. If this is 6, this could be 7 and 3, so that works. So this cannot be 8 here. If this is 8, it cannot be 9, but it could be 7 and 3, so that's fine. This 3 is consecutive with this digit, and it cannot be 2 or 4, so this can never be a 3, which means this can't be a 6. If this is 4, this could be 5, but that would force this to be 6, which is not allowed, because that would remove all options for this cell then, because this would be 5 and that would be 6. And it cannot be 3, because if this is 4, this is 3, which would need to be next to a 2 or 4 to be consecutive. But both 2 and 4 are in that row. So this cannot be 4, this has to be 6 then, which makes this a 3 to maintain the 1-2 ratio. Again, this can't be 5, because then that would force this to be 6 or 4, which is not allowed. Oh, I guess, yeah, it could have been 5, 4, but the 4 is not allowed here. So this has to be 6, 7, and this could be 6 or 8. We don't know which. This is 3 is consecutive only with the 4 because the 2 is not allowed, so this must be a 6. Let's see. What else do we have here? If this is a low, it can, okay, so these two are low. This is a high. These are all highs. We actually don't know what this is. This could be high or it could be a 5. So if this is a low, this is specifically 2, and it has to be next to a 9, which would be next to a, cannot be 4 because it's next to 2 unique digits, so it would have to be a 1 here if that's the case. And then this could be 6, 7, or 8. That's if this is a low. If this is high, it has to be 6, 7, or 8 here. This would have to be 1 or 3. And then this could be 7, 8, or 9 because, again, it's next to 2 unique digits. And then this could be 1 through 4. So those are fine. Let's see. What else do we have? Remaining digits in column 4 are 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. But this cannot be 2 or 6. So this is 5, 7, 8. These are 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. Remaining digits in column 5 are 1, 3, 5, and 9. And this can't be 3, so this is 1, 5, or 9. These digits have to be consecutive. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call. And I'm back, and it's an unknown number, and which is likely spam, so I'm not answering that. Anyways, let's continue with the puzzle. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, the consecutive digits. Well, what can this be? It cannot be 1, 2, no 2, 3, no 3, 4, no 4, 5 because of the 2, 4 here. It can't be 5, 6 because that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. It can't be 6, 7, or 7, 8 because of the 7 in the row. So this has to be specifically 8 and 9, which means this can't be 8. That means this has to be 6, which makes that a 5, which makes that 6. So this is 8 or 9. Well, as a 4-length Renban, the only digits that could fit with an 8 or a 9 are 6, 7, 8, 9, or 5, 6, 7, 8. So this cannot be 1, 2, 3, or 4, because that's not possible to be on a 4-length Renban. So this has to be 6, 7, 8, which means this is a high. So this is a high, these are highs, this is a high, which means this has to be low, which means this has to be high, which means this has to be a low. Well, again, as the only low possible, this has to be a 2 then. So this is a 2. This is the only high possible now is a 9 here. So this is a 9. And this is the only low possible here between two unique digits would be a 1 because you can't have 2 or 3. So this is 1. These cannot be 2 or 5, and this can't be 5. So all of these are highs, which means it has to be next to a low to add up to 10. These cannot be 1 or 9, so it forms a 3, 5 pair, which eliminates 3 and 5 in the rest of the column. This can't be 5 or 9, so this now must be a 1. Remaining digits here are 5, 7, 8, and 9. And the remaining digits here are 4 with 7 or 8. Well, this 6, 7, or 8 can only be with 2, 3, or 4 to add up to 10. This 4, 7, or 8 can only be with 6, 2, or 3 here. But we know one of these digits has to be a 6 because it's either 5, 6, 7, 8 or 6, 7, 8, 9. Therefore, this cannot be 6. This cannot be 4 then. Well, where is the 4 in the box now? It can only be here. So this is a 4. This is consecutive with 2 or 3. The only digits consecutive with 2 or 3 can be 1, 2, 3, or 4, but 4 can't be, is not allowed because this is a 4. So this is 1, 2, or 3 here. Again, these are the digits 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. This can't be 7 or 9. This can't be 6 or 8. We have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in the box, which eliminates 8 and 9 from the rest of the box. So this can't be 8 and this can't be 9. This 5 and 7 is consecutive only with 4, 6, and 8, but 6 and 8 are not allowed because they are already in the row, so this must be a 4, which makes this a 5. That makes this 6, and therefore these two digits must be 7 and 8 to make it a Renban. So this is 7, this is 8, which makes this a 9. These two digits are consecutive, and you cannot have a 9 here. There can't be a 9 here. 9 can't be here because then you would require an 8 to also be consecutive with it. So 9 can't be any of these, so therefore this must be a 9. This then has to be 4 and 3. This can't be 3, so this is 4, this is 3. That makes this a 2, which makes that a 1, because we know 4 had to be one of these two digits. Remaining digits here are 7 and 8, because 9 can only be on a Renban with 7 and 8 for 3 digits. So this is 2, which forces this to be 8. This can't be 2 or 8. This can't be 8. None of these three could be 8. This can't be 9. We have a 6, 7, 6, 7 pair in column 4, which eliminates 6 and 7 from the rest of the column. So this must be an 8. Okay, remaining digits in... Remaining digits in row 6 are 1 and 3. So they're still 1 and 3. Remaining digits in row 4 are 2, 3, 7, 9. But this can't be 9, so this is 2, 3, or 7. And these can't be 7 here, so this must be 2, 3, 9, which means we have a 2, 3, 9 triplet in row 4 and in this box, which eliminates 2, 3, and 9 in the rest of the row and this box. So this can't be 2 or 3, therefore this is 7. This can't be 3, therefore this is 1, which makes this a 3. And the remaining digits here are 4, 5, and 8. The remaining digits here are 1 and 2. Okay. Okay. Where are the 3 and 4 in row 9? They can't be here and they can't be here. So one of the 3 or 4 has to be here, and the other one also has to be in these 3 cells. Well, you could have both of them being here, 3 and 4, because they are consecutive. But one of them has to be here. So it's either consecutive with 2, with the 3, or if it's with the 4, it's 5. But we're not sure which. And then this digit could be a lot of things. 1 cannot be here, and 1 cannot be here. Where is the 1 in this box? It has to be one of these 2 cells, which means this can't be 1, so this must be a 2, which makes this a 1. Since this can't be 2, where is a 2 in this box? It has to be here. So this is a 2, which means none of these can be 2, so this has to be a 4 here, with either 3 or 5. The remaining digits here are 1, 5, and 6. And 1 can't be here, 6 can't be here. The remaining digits in column 8 have to be 3, 5, and 6. The remaining digits in column 9 have to be 4, 8, and 9. This can't be 9, this can't be 8, and this can't be 4. Where is the 1 in this upper left box? Can't be here, can't be here, can't be any of these, so it must be here. So this is a 1. And this is a Renban. Interesting. So this Renban is 5 length, and it cannot have a 1, so it's either 2 through 6, 3 through 7, 4 through 8, or 5 through 9. Either way, 5 and 6 both have to be there. So 5 and 6 are both on this Renban. It cannot be 2 through 6, because that would eliminate all possibilities for this cell. Can't be 3 through 7 for the same reason. So it has to be 4 through 8 or 5 through 9. Either way, 5, 6, 7, and 8 have to be on this Renban then. Right? These can't be 6. And then when the last one is either 4 or 9. So this cannot be 7, 9 here. This can't be 8. Also, where is the 1 in column 3? Can't be any of these cells because of this one. Can't be any of these cells because of this one. Can't be here because of this one. And that's a separate cell, so this must be a 1 here. Which means this can't be 1. This must be a 5. This makes that a 6, which makes this a 1. This 5 means this can't be 5. Where are the 2 and 3s in this box? They have to be in column 3. So the rest of the the rest of the column cannot contain 2 or 3. Therefore, this can't be 2 or 3. This has to be a 9, which means these can't be 9. Well, where is the 9 now? The 9 has to be on this Renban. It has to be one of these 3 cells specifically. So since a 9 is on this Renban, the only 5-digit Renban that can be formed is 5 through 9 then. So this cannot be 4, which means we have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quintuplet in this box, which eliminates 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the rest of the box. So this must be 2, 3, and 4. And this is 3 or 4. Well, this can't be 2, this can't be 2, so this must be the 2 here. This can't be 3 or 4 because of a 3-4 pair in the column. So that makes this a 5, which means it's consecutive with a 4. So this is 4. This is 5. Therefore, this can't be 5, and it can't be 4 because of a 3-4 pair in the column. So this is 8. This can't be 4 or 8, so this must be 5. This can't be 5 or 8, so this must be 4. And the remaining digit in row 9 has to be a 3 here. This has to be, that's 3 in the corner. We celebrate because we know we're coming close to a finish. This can't be 5. That makes this a 7, which makes that a 9, which makes that a 5. This 3 means this can't be 3, so this is 2, which makes that a 3. This 5 means this can't be 5, so this is an 8. This can't be 8 here, so this must be a 4, which makes this a 9, which makes that an 8. This 4 means this can't be 4, so this is 3, which makes that a 4. Therefore, this is a 6 to add up to 10, and that must be a 7. This can't be 8. This can't be 3. This can't be 9 because of this 9. So one of these two is a 6 because it's either 5, 6, which are consecutive, or 6, 7. So this is 6. This can't be an 8 anymore. This can't be 8, and therefore this can't be 6. None of these can be 7 because of this 7. We have a 5, 9, 5, 9 pair in the box, which eliminates 5 and 9 from the rest of the box. Therefore, this can't be 5. It must be a 6. This can't be 5 or 6. It must be 7. This can't be a 5 here, so this must be a 9, which makes that a 5. This 5 means this can't be 5, which makes that a 3. That makes this 5. This 3 and 5 means this can't be 3 or 5, so that's a 6, which makes that a 5. That makes that a 3. Remaining digits here are 2 and 7. This can't be 2, so this is 7, which makes that a 2. This 7 means this can't be a 7, so this is 8, which makes that a 7. And the remaining digits are now 9 and 8. And that's how you solve that puzzle. Pretty cool. Interesting use of the Renban with the German whisper line. Not sure. I guess because it's pink, it's sort of seen as a more feminine thing. So maybe the combination of the German with the feminine aspect makes this the Fräulein Fog. Anyways, pretty cool use of the Renban lines and the German whisper lines, as I said. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.